Hello, Aquaba. If you are new, thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe. And to my subscribers, I say Ayiko to you. We are still talking about sets for junior high school. And today we are looking at describing and writing sets. We've already established that a set is a well-defined collection of objects of the same kind. Just look around you. What are the things you could find? Can you group the things in a set? So if you are in the room, what are the electrical gadgets you have? So you could have a set of electrical gadgets in your room. Can you mention them? So you see, everything around us is describable, and we could write that set. If you're able to identify, then you will be able to write the set for it. So we are saying, how can we describe a set? The first one we are looking at for one, it's by what? Listening Listing its members. So we want to list the members of the set. So one, let's list its members. Example. So if I have a set, let's say A, I could list the sets there. So let's say I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, or I could have, let's say, B to be 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, dot, dot, dot. Okay, you realize that this is what I've been able to list the members of the set. For this, I have listed the members. But you know what the set is. If you look at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, you realize that I'm trying to talk about what? Even numbers. But I didn't write even numbers. I wrote the members of what? My even numbers. This also continues as well. If you look at the pattern, you realize that they are what? Prime numbers. But I am listing the members of what? Prime. The dot here after my 11 means what? There are what? Members of B that are missing. It means that it doesn't only end at 11, but there are what? More members. So that is it for. So your room is a very big room. It's a very big set. But in your room, if you look at the electrical gadgets, there are so many. You could list some of the electrical gadgets there. Then let's look at the second one. Aside me being able to list its members, what can you do? I can give a word description. So we could have a word description. Or you can look at the property of the sets. So if I say a word description, what do I mean? Let's take this example A. What do you realize about A? You realize that you have members 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It continues a certain pattern. So you realize that it's what? A set of words, even words, numbers. So word description, then I have even numbers. But is it just even numbers alone? Because even numbers doesn't end just at 10. It continues. The next number would have been what? 12. So I have even numbers less than what? 12. So you realize I have even numbers less than, maybe the next number, let's say 11. So these are what? Even numbers less than 11. Or even if it's say less than 12, the last number was 14. If I take my B, what do I have? You realize that you have what? Prime numbers. So with B, if you look at the pattern, then it is what? Prime numbers. But it's on and on. So we have what? A set of what? Prime numbers. This, because of the missing numbers, it means that it continues. So I actually have a set of what? Prime words, numbers. That is what the description. You could have, let's say, a set of C to be words positive integers. So this is what a word description. Then I can look at the third way to describe my sets will be one using a set builder notation. Okay, so for example, let's take the A, our set A we had. It was what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. What does it mean to use a set builder notation? We already know this is what? Even numbers. So let's say I want to represent this my even numbers by what? X. So this X is an even number. And that even number could be 2, it could be 4, it could be 6, 8, or what? 10. So that if I want to use a set builder notation, let's say I have the set P, it means that I have a set, let's say S, which are even numbers. But these even numbers, they are what? This X, which is an even number, is less than what? 11. I hope you are getting me. It's less than 11. I'm still describing the set. It's less than what? 11. But this is greater than, let's say, which number? 1. Any number less than 2 is 1. So this is what? My set builder notation. So I have a certain S even number such that this even number falls within what? 1 and what? 11. That even number is, so even if I had asked you to list, it means I have X greater than 1. So which even numbers are greater than 1 but less than 11? That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this is what the set words builder words notation, where, so if you are describing it, so I have, let me write it out clearly. So I have X such that I have X such that I have X less than 11 greater than 1, where X is an even number. Because we need to know what actually X is. X could be an odd number, it could be a prime. So you actually need to include that as well. Now let's look at another example. If I have, let's say, my set B. Let's say I have B to be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say there are some missing numbers there. 2, 13. What do you see here? You realize that what does it feel? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, the missing numbers here 2, 11. You realize that we are looking at what? Positive words. Integer. Positive integers. Positive words. Integers. Okay. So if I want to write, let's say set builder notation for this. Let's say I'm picking x to be that. So let's say I have x such that I have x. They are positive integers. So such that my x here is either less than or greater than 13, less than or greater than what? 1. Okay. Where x is an integer. Should I just say an integer because we have positive and negative integers and we are dealing with just positive integers. So s is what? A positive integer. You see how interesting it is. So you could relate to things around you and you could actually tell and you could actually describe and actually write words yourself. Thank you and kindly don't forget to subscribe. Till our next lecture, stay safe.